morning, students. We are discussing about the force on a current carrying conductor in magnetic field. Now, the expression for the magnitude of force on a conductor in magnetic field, BAL sin theta. Here, theta is angle between length of the conductor and the magnetic field. Now, here the vector form of the force is F bar is equal to, we can write I into I and current in the conductor. I means current in the conductor, L bar cross B. Now from this formula we can say, from this equation we can say, the force is perpendicular to the direction of the force is perpendicular to the plane containing both length of conductor and the magnetic field. For example, see, this is, consider the magnetic field is along y axis, the conductor is along x axis, the current in the conductor along x axis, the length of the conductor is parallel to x axis. Now the direction of the force is given by F bar is equal to I into L bar cross B bar. The length of the conductor is along x axis. Now write the unit vector along x axis. I cap is the unit vector along x axis. Cross unit vector along magnetic field. In the magnetic field is directly along y axis. That's the unit vector J cap. I bar cross J bar andre K bar. K cap. I into current into K cap. Now from this we can write current into K cap. Here the force is directly along Z axis. The direction of the force is along Z axis. Okay. Now finally from this we can say the force acting on a conductor is perpendicular to the plane containing both length of the conductor and the magnetic field. Okay. Here some special cases are there. Cases. Now in this one or A or query, if theta is equal to 0 degrees, theta 0 degrees means length of the conductor magnetic field both are parallel, and the length of the conductor is parallel to magnetic field. Now what is the force? F is equal to 0. If the conductor is parallel to magnetic field, force on the conductor how much? 0. Next B. If I is equal to 0, if I is equal to 0, there is a current, there is a conductor in the magnetic field, but it is not carrying any current. The current in the conductor is 0. Now what is the force? 0. If there is no current in the conductor, the force acting on the conductor how much? 0. Next point C. If theta is equal to 90 degrees, the magnetic field, length of the conductor, both are perpendicular. Both are perpendicular. And the conductor is perpendicular to magnetic field. Now what is the force? F is equal to BIL sin 90. Sin 90 means 1 to BIL. This is the maximum force. This is maximum force. Now there is a chance to ask for a 2 marks question. Write an expression for force acting on a conductor when the force is maximum. The expression for force acting on a conductor BAL sin theta. When the force is maximum, if theta is equal to 90 degrees, force acting on the conductor is maximum. What is that maximum force? BAL. When the force on the conductor is minimum, if the length of the conductor is parallel to magnetic field, now the force how much? 0. Okay. These are two marks question like this. Next, third point. The force F is independent of shape of the conductor. Independent of shape of the conductor. Now we are going to discuss about this point. The F is independent of shape of the conductor. Whatever may be the shape, the force is independent on the shape. Now these are some points regarding to this. Now next, the fourth one is Fleming's left hand rule. Fleming's left hand. Actually, this is not fourth one. Completed, the cases are completed. Now Fleming's left hand rule. What is Fleming's left hand rule? If theta is equal to 90 degrees, length of magnetic field both are perpendicular. The length of the conductor is perpendicular to magnetic field. Now the direction of the force is given by Fleming's left hand. How can we give the direction of the force by using Fleming's left hand rule? When we have to use this Fleming's left hand rule, if theta is equal to 90 degrees, when the length of the conductor is perpendicular to magnetic field, then only you have to use this Fleming's left hand rule. Now see this. Stretch the three fingers of left hand mutually perpendicular to each other. The forefinger denotes the direction of magnetic field. Middle finger gives the direction of current in the conductor. Thumb gives direction of the force. If we stretch these three fingers like this, forefinger, middle finger, thumb mutually perpendicular to each other. Forefinger gives the direction of magnetic field. Middle finger gives the direction of current in the conductor. Thumb gives the direction of the force. Now, for example, you see. Consider there is a magnetic field. What is the direction of magnetic field? Perpendicular to the plane of the board. Now I am considering a conductor carrying current I amperes. Here the length of the conductor let to be L. See. Now this conductor carrying current I amperes, its length how much? L we are considering. Here the conductor is in the plane of the board. The magnetic field is perpendicular to the plane of the board. That means the length of the conductor is perpendicular to magnetic field. Now in this case, to know the direction of the force on the conductor, we have to use Fleming's left hand rule. Now stretch the three fingers like this. Forefinger denotes the direction of magnetic field. Here magnetic field is perpendicular inwards. Therefore forefinger here this shows the magnetic field direction. That's why I put like this. Magnetic field inwards like this. Now middle finger shows the direction of the current in the conductor. This is the direction of the current. Okay. This is the direction of current. Now, what is the direction of the force on the conductor? Upwards. The direction of the force on the conductor is upwards. And the thumb shows upwards. See once again. Magnetic field inwards. Magnetic field is perpendicular inwards. Middle finger shows the direction of current. Now, thumb shows the direction of the force. The force is upwards. Not into the plane of the board. Upwards. The force is upwards. If we reverse the direction of the current in the conductor, what happens? If we reverse the direction of current in the conductor. Now, I am considering this is the direction of current in the conductor. Now, see this is the magnetic field perpendicular to the plane of the board. Now, the middle finger shows the direction of the current. Thumb shows the direction of force. Here, our force is downwards. Direction of the force is downwards. That means we can say, if the direction of the current in the conductor reverses, the direction of the force on the conductor also reverses. Okay. Now, when theta is equal to 90 degrees, means when length of the conductor is perpendicular to magnetic field. To know the direction of the force on the conductor, we use Fleming's left hand. Resistance. For NEET, I want to tell some points. NEET or any competitive exam. First one, considering magnetic field perpendicular to the plane of the board. Now, I consider conductor carrying current I amperes, length of the conductor let it be L. Let L is the length of the conductor. B is the strength of the magnetic field in that region. Now the direction of the force is given by force on the conductor is given by, as usual, Fleming's left hand rule. The direction of the magnetic field, put forefinger. The direction of current in the conductor, put middle finger. Now thumb gives the direction of the force. Here the force is directed upwards. Directed upwards. This is the direction of the force on the current. What is that force? F is equal to how much? Bi. Now the second case. As a magnetic field in this region perpendicular to the plane of the board. Okay. Now I am considering one conductor, not straight one. This is curved shape conductor. AB, let B conductor carrying current I amperes like this. Now, what is the force acting on this direct conductor? And what is the direction of the force? Okay, we have to. Let O is the center of this arc or semicircular coil. Let it be semicircular coil, semicircular wire conductor. Let O is the center of the semicircular conductor. Now let R is the radius of the semicircular shape. Radius R1. This is how much? So also R. Here we are considering O is the center of the semicircular conductor, semicircular shape conductor. Here R is the radius. Now, I told one point, the direction of the force is independent of, the magnetic force is independent of shape of the conductor, depends only on the shortest distance between initial and the final points of the conductor, or the shortest distance between end points of the conductor. If we see here, we consider a semicircular conductor carrying current I amperes. Now, A comma B are the end points of this conductor. Now, what is the shortest distance between A and B points? If R is the radius of this semicircular shape, what is the shortest distance? 2R is the shortest distance. 2R is the shortest distance. R plus R, 2R. Now, the magnetic force is independent of the shape of the conductor, but depends on only on perpendicular distance between ends. That's why from this we can write force on this conductor F is equal to BIL. But here L is equal to how much? L is equal to perpendicular distance between ends of the conductor. Ends of the conductor. What is the perpendicular distance? 2R. Now from this we can write F is equal to BI 2R. This is the force on this conductor. This is the force on this conductor. The direction of the force is given by Fleming's left hand rule, as usual, same. Like put here the forefinger in the direction of magnetic field, middle finger in the direction of current. Here actually the current is flowing from A to B, point A to B. That's why I put it here. A to B the current is flowing. Middle finger is showing the direction of current. Now force, upwards. The force on the conductor is upwards like this. Next, case 3. Let AB is semicircular conductor. Between A and B points, I consider one part. Now let B is the strength of the magnetic field. Here A, B are the end points. Otherwise, let B, to avoid confusion, P and Q. The magnetic field is capital B, which is perpendicularly towards. Now it is carrying current I amperes like this. Now, what is the force on this conductor? Here, this conductor is the current in the conductor forms closed loop. Closed loop. If you see here, the current is flowing from point A to B along the conductor only. This is current is here. The current does not form closed loop. That means the current again is not returns back from B to A. Here the current is flowing from A to B only. It is not returned back from B to A. But if you observe here, the current is flowing from P to Q, next Q to P. That means the current is forming closed loop. Current is forming closed loop. Now what is the force on this closed loop? Let O is the center. This is a closed semicircular arc, semicircular conductor. O is the radius. O is the center of this semicircular shape. Let R is the radius. PQ the capital R and PRQ. Here, if you see this is there are two conductors. Actually, here only one conductor. AB is one conductor, but here two conductors are there. PRQ semicircular conductor is one. QP or PQ one conductor. And between P and Q points, you consider one rod here. Now two conductors are there. Now force on PRQ conductor. Force on PRQ conductor I am writing. PRQ. B. I. What is the shortest distance between P and Q points? I think what 2R. Shortest distance between P and Q points is 2R. Now BI into 2R. The direction of the force upwards. The direction of the force upwards. Similarly, force on PQ. PQ is straight conductor. PQ is straight conductor. PRQ is semicircular conductor. Now BI. What is the perpendicular distance between P and Q points? Here also 2R. Now what is the direction of this force? PQ. We only PQ only. See only PQ. The magnetic field is inverse. This is the direction of the current in from Q to P. Now force is downwards. Now, if you see this closed loop, there are two forces. One is on PRQ. Here, I have already told the force on the conductor is independent of the shape, only depends on perpendicular distance between P and Q points. Actually, PRQ shape semicircular, but the force is independent of the shape, only depends on perpendicular distance between P and Q points only. What is the perpendicular? When we consider PRQ conductor, what is the perpendicular distance between P and Q? 2R only. That's why I intend PBA into 2R. When we consider PQ conductor, now the perpendicular distance between PQ is how much? 2R. Therefore, net force F is equal to FPRQ minus FPQ. How much? Net force is 0. Now from this I want to tell one point. The net force on a closed loop. On a closed loop carrying current. That force on a closed loop carrying current. Magnetic field. How much is G? The net force on a closed loop carrying current in magnetic field. That means if the current forms closed loop, forms closed loop, now what is the force on the conductor in magnetic field? Is 0. Okay, students, these are some points. Next, point number 4. PQ. Magnetic field is this mark shows the magnetic field inverse. That B is the strength of the magnetic field in this region. Now let I is the current. Now we have to observe there is a difference between 3 and 4th case. In third case, the current is flowing from P to Q and again Q to P. Means the current forming closed loop. But here the current I is flowing from P to Q by R and also P to Q in straight connector. In straight connector. Let O is the center of the semicircle, let R is the radius. Now if here the current is not forming closed loop, the current is not forming closed loop. Here also P to Q by R. Here also in the straight part also P to Q. Means the current is not forming closed loop here. Closed loop means if it starts from P and again if it reaches the P, then we can say that is closed loop. But this is not, shape is closed, okay, but current not forms closed loop. That keep in mind. Got to keep in mind. If current in the loop form, if the current in the conductor forms closed loop, actually I want to say that if the current in the conductor forms closed loop in magnetic field, now force how much? 0. Force how much? 0. Now ignore. This is closed loop, but current is not closed loop. Current does not form in closed loop. Again, remember in your mind. Keep in your mind. Now force on PRQ part. Force on PR. How much? BI. What is the perpendicular distance between P and Q points? 2R is the perpendicular distance. BI 2R. Direction upwards. By using Fleming's left control, you can say that is upwards. Similarly, force on straight part PQ conductor. BI perpendicular distance how much? For semicircular arc also perpendicular distance between P and Q points 2R. For straight conductor PQ also perpendicular distance how much? 2R. Now this is also upwards. No, net force. Net force. Net force. F is equal to. These two forces are in the same direction. That's why I'm adding directly. FPRQ plus FP. BA into 2R plus BA into 2R. Now from that we can write BA 4R. F is equal to BA 4R. The direction of that force is upwards. Why? PRQ upwards, PQ also upwards. Therefore here F is the resultant of PRQ, FPRQ and FPQ. Therefore the resultant force is also upwards. Magnetic field consider a region in which the strength of the magnetic field is capital. Now in this I am considering one circular closed loop. Circular closed loop carrying current I amperes. Now what is the magnetic force? F is equal to how much? 0. Why means here the current is forming closed loop. The current is forming closed loop. Therefore, net force how much? 0. There is a small difference you need to understand. The force on closed loop in magnetic field is not 0. The force on closed loop in magnetic field is not 0. But if the current forms closed loop, then the force is how much? 0. This is closed loop. The current is forming closed loop. Therefore, force how much? 0. This is if we see this PRQ, PQ, this is closed loop, but current is not forming closed loop. Closed loop means if the current reaches the same point and starting point. If the current reaches the starting point, then we can say that is closed loop. Here shapes are closed, but in case for the current P to Q, current is not forming closed loop. Here the current is forming closed loop. So if force how much? Similarly, this is a magnetic field. Means this symbol shows the magnetic field is perpendicular to the plane of the board. Now I am considering a square shaped conductor. L is the length of the conductor, carrying current I amperes. Now here the current is forming closed loop. L is the length of the conductor. The current is forming closed loop. Now what is the force on this conductor? Each side length L and let it be length of each side L. Now force how much? Force is okay. When the current forms closed loop, the force on the closed loop is 0. That are the keep in mind. Okay, students.